Hello and welcome to the second part of the Google training with Nancy, Google Classroom training with Nancy. I'm super excited to continue this training and I hope you got value in the first half where I introduced the Google Classroom and I talked about the features that it has and also the advantages of using the Google Classroom. So now I decided that instead of just going on through the slides, it's better to just explain step by step, and we're going to get right now into the Google Classroom. Okay, there are two ways to get into the Google Classroom. One, if you're the one creating the classroom, you can go to if you have a laptop, you can go to your Gmail because you need a Gmail account to operate it. So you can get your Gmail account and go to your mail, just open your mail, and then you'll see right here, can you see this Google app on top here? Okay, you click on it and then you scroll to Classroom. Can you see Classroom there? So when you get to Classroom, you click on it. All right, so can you see that what you have here are all the classrooms that I have on Google Classroom? Okay, this one I attended it, and all these other ones are sessions that I have taken. So you will not see this if you are just starting because it means you do not have any class yet. Okay, so to create a class, you come here, you get to, there's a plus sign here. It says when you put your cursor on it, if you're using your laptop, it will say create or join a class. And so you click on it. It says join class, create class. So if you are creating, you click on create class. If you're the teacher, you're going to be the one facilitating or teaching or using it for whatever purpose. You're the moderator, you're the administrator, and you need to create a class. You click on create class. And then it will tell you using Google Classroom, at a school with students. That's what it's going to ask you. Remember I said in the first video that you can use it for a free G Suite for education. You need to sign up for a free G Suite for education before you can use Classroom for your school. But if you're using it as an individual, then you just go on. So you could say I've read and I understand the above notice and I'm not using Google Classroom at a school with students, okay? So if you're not using with students, it will ask you, you can click on that and then you continue. But if you're going to use, if you're not going to use it as a whole school with the G Suite, if you're going to use the G Suite, you need to have a website for your school because Google will ask for that. And the advantage of using the G Suite is that you get support from Google directly if you run into any little issue, but they'll ask you for your school's website because they have to authenticate that it's actually a school. I've been using it as an individual, not as a school. And if you're using it even as a school, some people choose to opt for the individual one even as a school. So you go continue, and then it's going to tell you create class. This is where you create the class name. What is the name of the class? For example, let's say you are going to create let's just say, I'm trying to imagine a name now. Let's just say you are Palm Court, okay? Palm Court Primary. Okay, so what section? Let's say this is let's just say this is year 3 or year 4. What subject? Because each teacher is meant to have his or her classroom. If you're a homeroom teacher, maybe a class teacher, you should actually have your class. But if you're a subject teacher, let's say for the secondary, you also need to have a classroom for your subject. Let's just say that you teach basic science, and so that's it. Then what room is this? You could decide to call it maybe what room? Let's just give it a name like maybe Miss Evelyn's class. Miss Evelyn's class. Or maybe it's Rosemary, or year 4 Lily, or whatever. Okay, whatever you can say. The room is actually the exact class, so you could say Miss Evelyn's class, or year 4 Rose. Let's go by year 4, maybe Lily. Or if you want to say year 4 Sunflower, okay, Sunflower. Okay, so that is our class, and it says create. So you click on create, and then you watch what happens. It's gonna create a class right there for you. It's creating. Can you see that it says creating? So you wait, okay? It's creating, and that will be done. Yeah, so Palm Court Primary, year 4, you can see it has generated a code. Can you see the code? So there's already a code, and this is the code you are going to use in inviting all your students in. You have two options when you have created a class. You can either choose to invite your students with the code, or you go to people, and then you begin to add them with you begin to invite them using their email addresses. For example, let's say Nancy Ekpezu. You can see because it's me now. So here I've typed in that, and then I click here invite. So when I invite now, that name is going to get this name here. You can see invited is going to get an email notifying the person, Nugan, that you have been invited to join the Google Classroom, and it will lead you to that exact classroom. Okay, so if you are the administrator, you will have to create as many classrooms as are needed, so that every teacher will have a class, or every teacher will create his own class and then you supervise. There has to be proper supervision so that you don't have classes flying all over the place unsupervised. You must have the right number of classes, and you decide whether you're just going to use year 4, and all the subject teachers will be coming in at their own time to drop their work, or whether each teacher is going to have their class on Google Classroom, depending on how you operate. So let's say this is year 4, and the year 4 teacher takes maybe maths, English, or you have specific subject teachers. Each subject teacher will have a class. Okay, so that's how it works. So you keep inviting. You go here again, you invite, and then you keep inviting. You type in just like that. You type in invite, just like that. You just keep doing that until you are able to invite everybody in the class, all of your students. And then if you need to share that class, let's say you're 2 teachers, you can see here this is teachers and this is students. You will now invite, if you need another teacher in to that class, maybe you're going to be 2 handling that class, or you're going to be 3, or you're going to take turns. The English teacher comes a specific time, another one comes. You can actually share a class. So you come in here now to invite, let's say, whoever that person is. Let's say this is the teacher you invite. You can see that the invite has gone to teacher, okay? So I'm going to delete it now, because if I don't, it means the person will actually get into the class. This is just a demo. All right. So now look at what the classroom looks like. It's going to show you here the stream. The stream is where you make announcements to your class. You share something, you share your materials to the whole class, and it will go to everybody. So if I say, for example, here, you are all welcome today. You are all welcome to class today. Please note that I expect full participation from everyone. Okay, so if I type this and I say all students, okay, I can actually have everybody go, I can post this to everybody. Okay, everybody in that class will get that message. But if I want to share something, let's say to a particular student, nobody has accepted to be here, but if I want to share, for example, to only one child, the person's name will pop up here, okay, here, and then I'll be able to make that announcement to only that person. It also gives you the opportunity to mute. I think I should go to another class where I already have things. Okay, so let's say now this is the class where I'm taking you people. Okay, so here I've set the stream, this announcement that I have made here, all of you are going to receive it, and this is the training material right there. You will see that everybody will have access to it in the class. But if I want to make an announcement, for example, I can choose to make an announcement to only one person. So instead of all the students, I can choose one person and say, okay, I just want only this person to have this message, and I send it to only, let's say, Evelyn or Janet or Emmanuel or whoever it is. I could also decide that if the class is noisy, I could decide to maybe mute somebody who is making noise or just posting things indiscriminately. I could say, okay, let's say this is, can you see mute? So this helps you to control your class. If the students are getting rowdy and just posting things indiscriminately when you're teaching, or when you're trying to demonstrate something, or when they are meant to be watching something you have, a material that you have posted to them, you can mute. So in this case, if I say mute, it's a mute Emmanuel King. Muted student can still submit work, other students won't see it, can't reply to classmates' work, can't comment or post. Okay, so you can now say mute. Are you getting me? So if I mute, it means that he cannot say anything in class, and this will show that I have muted him. So I'm going to unmute him now. Unmute, okay? If I unmute him, he can submit his work that other students can see. He can now reply to classmates' work. He can comment and post. So I'm unmuting him. So basically, this place here, the stream, is where you post most of the items to announce to the class or to announce to individuals, and where you add your materials. Okay, so let's just look at this now. This is where you add materials. You see a place that says share with your class, and you see where there's an attachment where you can add. Here you can either store your materials in Google Drive, or you copy the link and put here, or you click on file, or you actually show them, things on YouTube. Okay, you can lead them to YouTube. Okay, so that's how it is. So that is it. If I check here, for example, to YouTube, it will lead me to my YouTube channel. So can you see that now? All right, so it leads, that's actually the TEDx talk I had some time ago. So it's already here, and that's it. So can you see now? These are the, so if I need to maybe bring anybody in to watch any of these, I'll simply click on it, and then I'll say add. So I'm adding that now to the class. Can you see that now? I've added that to the class and everybody will be able to see it. I could also decide to add a file or a link or an item directly from Google Drive. So this is Google Drive. I can decide to add something directly from there. I could also decide to add from my file, and I click here, select file from your device. So I come in here, if I need, maybe it's a picture or whatever it is, let's just say pictures or videos. Okay, let me just see if I can add the slides that you should have, the Google training. Okay, this training, the slides, let me just see if it's there so I can add it. Okay, so let's see, this is it. I click on it and I say upload, then it begins to upload, and voila, you have the PowerPoint slides right here. So that's how we share materials to the students. And then when you get to classwork, so there's stream, there's classwork, there's people, there's grades. Okay, when you get to classwork, it says your changes have not been saved. Because I'm not saving it, so I need to save it. Okay, I need to save it first. So people, the changes I made have not been saved, so it says add. Okay, so I can then make, when you save anything, you can then say I would like you to, okay, let's just say check here, please watch these videos, okay, and comment or whatever, and then you post. So that's how we do it. All right, so basically that's it. So for classwork, cancel. Oh, where was I meant to? I must have typed something that I've not yet posted. Okay, so that's it. And the other one, I deleted it because it's not meant to be here. Okay, so you can see now classwork. For classwork, you can create your classwork. Can you see there's communication? Okay, for classwork. So under classwork, you can actually prepare slides. If you want to use slides to prepare what you need in the classwork, you can click on this. Google actually gives you access to the slides. So you can decide to prepare the slides right here. If I need to teach, for example, living things, by Nancy Ekpezu, I'll just do that, and then I'll keep adding slides until I'm done and adding all the materials. If I need to have documents, I can prepare documents right there. So whatever documents I need to do, maybe the notes, if I need to type the notes, living things are things that have life. Examples are ants, camels, rose plants, blah 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 blah, and then you just go on. Okay, I hope you're following. I hope we're getting it. If you have questions, please ask questions. I'll be really glad to answer them. Okay, so it also allows you space for drawings. So if you need to bring in drawings, maybe to bring things in here or to share with your class, you can actually do them right here. Okay, and if you need to share this, you can do that as well. Okay, so for classwork, you create. If you want to create an assignment, a quiz, a question, whatever material, let's just say this is an assignment. So you say, so you finish preparing for living things, and then you need to get the assignment. So the assignment would be living things. Instruction. What do you want the students to do? Okay, let's look for write down 10 living things in your neighborhood. Let's say your neighborhood. Okay, so if it says create, do you want to create it in documents? Is it on slides? Is it on sheets? Do you want them in drawings or in forms? So let's just say that you need this in slides. Okay, and you get, so you can now decide that maybe the living things, this is the title of the homework, living things, and here you say write down 10 living things that are in your neighborhood. Okay, you can edit. If you're not sure of the spelling, it will ask you, did you mean neighborhood? You can see, so it has a whole lot of functions. You can edit your work right there. Okay, so if you now want to share, you can share this with all the the students in your class, or you could just go on to create the file, save it, or you can say share, name before sharing. So this is the title. I'm saving it now, and then I need to share. What do? I can now fill in the the people I need to share it with, or I copy the link, okay, the shareable link, and I then do what? Share it in class. So I could decide to share the link in class. So that's it here. You could say add. What do you need to add? File, link, whatever. Okay, and that's just how it is. Students can view file. Can you see there? So it's for the students. So there are several options when you have posted an assignment. Okay, you can allow the students to view. They are not the ones to edit the homework because they are meant to do it. Okay, if you need them to edit, maybe that would be like a form where they can get in there and just fill in the answers. Okay, if you need to make a copy for each student. So all of these are the functions that you can, by the time you try them, you see that they are really so easy to do. Okay, it will tell you how many points does this carry. Is it 100? What is the due date? You can then fix in your due date. Is it going to be submitted, or let's say on Wednesday? Okay, and what time? You fix it in. What is the topic? You create the topic. You fix it in. What is the rubric? Okay, are we creating a new rubric? That's how to grade it, Or are we going to, well, everything. There's so much here. You just keep exploring till you get it right. You just see, okay? Do you want to schedule it? If you can even prepare and schedule and appoint your assignments. For example, if you're working on a Friday to prepare for your lessons, you can schedule a date for when that assignment will be released to the children. That means that you can plan your work for a whole week sometimes, and it just makes it easy, and they'll just be dropping. Okay, the only thing is when you get to class, you now control the children, have discussions. Can you see schedule assignment? So I could decide that this assignment should drop on Thursday, okay, or should drop, let's say, tomorrow, and I schedule. I hope you're getting that now. All right, so that's how it is. It will go, just, can you see the Google Calendar is there? If you click it, it's going to show when the assignment is due. Okay, it will show you assignments that you have. All right, so the class drive. Now Google creates a drive for every classroom that you create. Can you see that all the things that I shared now already in the drive? Can you see? Everything that I shared is already in the drive. Everything that I shared is already in the drive. Very easy to do. Very, very easy. They're already all in it. Has created, Google Classroom creates an automatic drive for everything, okay, that you need to do in the class. Once you create a new classroom, for every classroom there'll be a drive for it. So you can see my drive, for classroom grade 5 social studies with Miss Nancy. All of these are the things that I shared just in this training. Okay, so what else now? This is people. I've shown you what to do. You can invite a teacher here, you can invite students here via the code or through the email, okay? And I've said that you can mute a student and then unmute, and this is where you grade. It gives you options to grade. Okay, so my class doesn't have any assignments here, so when I create assignments or questions in the stream, then I'm able to. So that is basically, it is a very easy platform to use. Like I said, you can create assignments, you can create quiz assignments. It just gives you all the options. Okay, so this is a blank quiz, a Google form. You click on it and start typing in what you need. Okay, for example, let's say who is okay, so this is question. So who is the president of Nigeria? And then it gives options. So here we can have Professor Nnamani. Okay, it gives another option. What are the other options? You have option 2, Muhammadu Buhari. And then you have maybe Professor Oshibanjo, okay, as the other option. So you can see now, sorry, Nigeria in capital, sorry. Okay, so you can see now, so it will tell you what points. So the answer key, how many points? If this is meant to be, let's say 3 points or 4, you say yes, okay, maybe 3 points for this. You click here again to add another question. Okay, how many legs does a fly have? Okay, so if it's multiple choice, you put the options. You can say 5 legs. Another option, 6 legs. You know, just like that till you're able to get like how many. Then it will ask you the key. How many? Maybe if this one is 5 marks, you say so. And that's it. Okay, quiz. What is the name of the quiz? Maybe science, basic science quiz 1, basic science quiz 1. Okay, maybe for year 5, year 4, or year 5, whatever. So can you see where it says send? So you can send it. Okay, you can send to all of everybody in your class, or you can copy the link and then shorten it here. Can you see where the link is? So you can copy and come and post in your class. You post in your class. Sorry. All right, so you can then, so that's it. You can share that in the class as a classwork. Okay, people, grade. So when the classwork is there, that's when, okay, you grade. These are the details for your class in case you need to change them. The code, the stream, students can post and comment. Here you can actually change anything you need to know to do. If you want only teachers to post and comment, you can decide that, especially if you don't want, maybe it's a place where you're just giving directives, and then you can now decide when only students can comment. Okay, you can then, maybe it's a discussion, you want to grade them on how they interact and comment with one another. You can see only students can only comment. They can only comment. Students can comment and post, because you can actually change all of this to suit exactly what it is that you want. And this is the class code. If you want to display it, if you want to copy it, if you want to reset, if someone badges into your class and you do not like that, you can reset the code. It will generate a new code for you and block out people that you don't want there. You can also disable that. Okay, then for grading, you could show the total points and then the ones weighted by the category that you want to grade. You know how you grade your students, and you'll be able to work with the grades to get that done. Okay, so this is it, and this is the stream. That is the stream, the classwork, people, grade. Okay, that's basically what you need to know. The rest is for you to practice it. Here we show you all of the classrooms that you have. So as many classrooms as you want to create, you come back here again, go to Google, click on classroom, and then click here. You can see the class that I created is already here now, the one for Palm Court. So you click here, create, and this is what you click if you've been invited to join a class, either as a teacher or as a student. But if you're the one creating that class, this is where you go back again. Remember how we started, you do that. The basic thing is that you just need to look at the features that are present in the class, And if you need to change all these themes, everything, you can change them if you want to. You can actually change them to suit what you want. So if this color suits you, you could decide that this is the theme you want for your class. Maybe you like blue, you have that coming in. It will change everything. Okay, so that is it. So if you want to say, okay, so this is year 4, or you want to even make this here year 4 so that you don't mix things up, whatever. You just do what suits you. So if your class name is, if you want to make it year 4 palm court, that is still fine. That is fine. It will change the name for you. Okay, so that's how it is. Basically, the major things you need to know are that you need to you can make an announcement here on the stream, and in the stream you can, this is where you post your videos, your course materials, everything you use for teaching, your instruction. This is where the classwork is, your assignments, okay? You create questions, you use topics to organize classwork into modules or units. This is basically where you do. Then you order the work, the way you want the students to see it. You can arrange all of them here, okay? So I've said you can do assignments, you can create your assignments, you can create your quiz assignments. I demonstrated that. You can have questions, okay? So like a question, tell us why a bee is a living thing. Tell us why a bee is a living thing. So the instruction could be make it a 2-page question, or make it 5 lines, whatever. So you can see here, add. You add the link. So that's it. Okay. So if you need to have a short answer or multiple choice, it's all up to you. You decide what you want to do. Then you could have material that you want to add, maybe from YouTube, like a video on living things. Okay, so maybe this video tells us what living things are. Okay, and then you add. It could be on YouTube, so you get to YouTube to look for, let's say, living things, and you will see living things, science song for kids, elementary science, blah blah blah. You could decide to bring that in, okay, into your class, and then add. You could add it. You could decide here to post it, okay. So you can see video on living things is posted there, okay. That's it. And then if you want it as an assignment, remember Google Drive will give you the time, okay, when they need to submit it. This is for people to invite, bring in. This is for grading. Once the assignments are there and the kids submit them, you can actually grade using this. Okay, if you have issues with that, please ask me. I'll be able to explain. So these are materials, and these are, if you want to reuse a post, you can actually have that done as well. So it's fun. It's just about you practicing and getting used to it. Basically, it's something that you can learn within an hour. You should be able to master the Google Classroom if you sit down and really study it. Okay, very easy. So if you have questions or you need a little assistance while you're practicing, just let me know. But basically, these are the things you need to know here, the things you can do with it. I've already taken the theory part, where to just tell you how all the things it can do, and here is the practical. Okay, how to start. We've said that. You come in here. You open your class. You create as many as you want. You go through that procedure again to create as many classes as you want, and then you begin to add your students. And if you need to share the class with a teacher, you add teachers here. It says invite teacher. Classwork. This is where we have our classwork. Okay, so in the stream you put in all your, this is where you make announcements and all that. This is where you place your classwork. You can see I already have one video on living things. I'll advise that you create your own videos. You have people, remember to, this is where we add, and then you have grades. This is where you grade. And I need you to know that you can actually, let me see, grade. Okay, so that's basically, those are basically what you need. Know what to review, what to review will show you here. I think basically that's what you need to know. Please